Hey everyone, how you doing? We are now live. I've gone live a little bit earlier by about 1 minute, just mainly because I want to make sure we are definitely going live. There's always technical issues going on with sound or audio, or even if it connects to YouTube. So I want to say hi to Gary, friendly girl, Pez Loaded. How you doing? Not seen you for a while actually. Hope you're all right, my friend. And it's good to see that you're all commenting at the moment. From the get-go, if anyone's come over here thinking we're just going to talk about WordPress, as a reminder, this is a dedicated session for code snippets. Of course, we are going to talk about WordPress as well, so I look forward to your questions. You could drop a question in here, and it might be nothing to do with code snippets. Don't worry, still ask it. We might still be able to help or not. But if we steer away too much from code snippets or how can you get a bit more out of your WordPress website, don't be surprised if I kind of rein it in and don't bother answering, but don't get too upset by that. Hey, Mark, how you doing? Now, there's no guarantee that anyone from the Code Snippets team is joining right now. If they do, I will obviously add them onto the screen. Now, question I had for all of you. By the way, though, before we properly get started, it's been a bit like live chat after live chat after live chat. Okay, I'm just going to let you know couple of hours ago, we had Paul from WP Touch jump onto a live chat, and that was really good, interesting to watch. And then we just had a live chat with the Elementor team with Ziv and Verdi. Ziv is a long time, celebrity, I feel, when it comes to Elementor. I used to learn quite a lot watching his videos and his intros and stuff. So it's always a pleasure to have him on a video. And of course, Verdi, we know from Elementor and from the Code Snippets team as well. I'm going to just double check some of the questions that are come through at the moment. So one of them is from Bajrangi Textiles. And he goes, how to add a video in product gallery directly by Code Snippet. My question to you, though, is why would you want to use a code snippet? Because it'd be easier to just have a custom field. And then for every product, because unless you're going to have the same video for every single product, which you probably wouldn't want to do, you're better off having a custom field. Into there, you then drop in your YouTube URL or Vimeo, or even a video from your media library. Go and watch the video I released on Monday about bento style grids, because I show you how you could take a video, and if you're only ever going to show the video at that big and not a full width, full screen video, get it on a Canva canvas that's about that big, add it to your media library. It might only be 200 kilobytes. It doesn't have to be a 1 minute long video. It could be like 5 seconds or, just a loop or whatever. Add that in. Save space, loads quickly, easy and quick to do, and easy to manage as well. But I would say if you were going to do videos per product, hey, Mr. Quiet, how are you? I wouldn't do that unless it was going to be unless it was going to be the same video for every single one. I don't know if that answers your question. Hey, Verdi. By the way, Verdi, right, here you go. Let me just drop in the link for Verdi. Hey, George, how are you doing? Now, if anyone uses that link to jump in, you won't get on the screen. Only people from the Code Snippets team are allowed at the moment. So Verdi, there's a link I've just shared. You'll see it in the chat. Go and click if you want to get added. So, Verdi is
Dun, dun, dun,
out. He's
dun. Hey, Imran.
here, Verdi. I thought you might be feeling a bit. Doesn't it take it out of you when you do live chat? Sometimes you feel like your energy is up and then down. You relax and then you jump into another one.
I am still so hyped from the one I just had over
Yeah,
at Elementor. It was so much fun. By the way, thank you so much for joining there.
it wasn't me. I wasn't there. It was just AI. I just pretend I'm there. Just pretend.
I got a message this morning, an elaborate message, somebody explaining about their services, and then they ended with, and in case you're wondering, yes, I am an AI, an amazing Indian. He said an amazing Indian, so good.
Well, what I'm going to say is before we start getting into conversations is
Oh
the
yeah.
question I've got for everyone that's watching right now is why have you not hit like if you haven't hit like? And the second question is, can you tell me about the last code snippet you used and why and what it was. Tell us in the comments. What was the last code snippet? And it doesn't have to be PHP JavaScript. It could be HTML. It could even be a bit of CSS you did for some funky styling. Just tell me about the last bit of code or code snippet that you've used. Doesn't have to be today. It could have been last week, last month. Just tell us. Tell us about it. You don't need to post a link to where it is stored. Just tell me about a code snippet that you used that helped you to do something you really wanted to do on a website. Right. By the way, I'm just going to let everyone know that I'm actually working on something in the background over here. I mean, yeah, it's very difficult to see if I get it on screen over there. So this is me. I'm trying to do something funky with elemental pop-ups. I'm using ChatGPT to help write some code and scripts. So if anyone's wondering how do some of us come up with these codes that we do, most of the time I'm just ChatGPTing or using Code Snippets AI, or even the AI inside of Elemental. Just go and use whatever AI tool you want to go and craft out some codes. And I was going to do it tomorrow. I might still do it tomorrow. I don't know. I'm going to release a video in the next few days, which shows you from start to finish how I go through Elemental kind of things. Right. So Verdi, since you were here last week, is there anything you want to share? By the way, this is not scripted, so I'm just going to put Verdi on the spot now. Has
Please do.
anything changed or moved in code snippets that you want to talk about at all? Like any new developments that the team might be working on? Oh, we've been invaded. Hold on, mate. We've been invaded. We've got a
Oh my
third.
God. It's Satif.
Yeah,
For those of you,
party time.
and for
Good
those
to
of you that
see you.
aren't aware, Artif is an integral member of the Code Snippets team. I don't know why. I just feel like I just don't get it. I feel like they were like, right, we've got 5 seats. We need to fill up a seat. Who can we get? Oh,
It would
we
collapse
feel sorry
without
for
me,
him. Just let him
100%.
join.
Yeah, the thing is, we just really needed a pretty face on the team, and well, he's basically arm candy. That's why we have him.
I
But to
dispute
answer
that.
your question, what exciting thing are we working on? Yeah, so we have a certain development cycle. So everything there's something every week there's something new for us internally, not something we can share externally. But I think this one I can share. Um, uh, Way back, we started adding different AI features, which we're slowly ramping up. In the beginning, that was just the ability to create PHP snippets and even have these snippets explained. So let's say you already have an existing snippet, you can click the explain button, and it can add comments exactly explaining how that thing works, and even what it does.
It's really
Fill in the
good.
whole. Yeah,
It
it
is really
actually is
good.
pretty good.
It is
I know
really
we
good.
created
Yeah.
it, but it really is good. Creates a full description. Can even AI generate tags for you to make things easier searchable. There was a few things missing though, and that's the other snippet types. So CSS, HTML, JavaScript. We didn't want to add it all at once because we really wanted to test the waters and not overload our systems. And I think we're ready. I don't think it's going to take much more time. I believe we even intended to launch last Wednesday, so yesterday. It seems we weren't able to make that day exactly, so it's probably going to be this Wednesday, and
Okay.
then you'll have AI across the board.
Brilliant, excellent. And yeah, I by the way, Bo, as soon as it is ready, a video from me will come out to further clarify that. Just want to mention, Bo, though, I asked a question to some people, well, the audience, with what's the latest plugins that you're creating, and John says code to try Stripe. Mark Harris was working on one for Google address lookups. I've had a bit of a look. I've seen what he's doing there. George was archiving old WooCommerce orders. Did those code snippets work? Did what you do achieve what you wanted? And if it achieved what you wanted, have you shared it on the code snippets cloud? If not, if you haven't got an account, go and sign up and go and let the world know all about it. Artif, I've got a question for you, right? Okay. Are you in like someone's house, or have you grown? Because like you're hitting the ceiling and the roof now. He's gone off screen. Where's he gone? Oh, there he is. It's like, you're hitting. Are you in a
You
loft
said you got a
room?
question, so I thought it's a good time to exit. Okay.
Yeah. Are you at home or are you somewhere else?
I am at home, yes. I live in a very, very tiny house, and
No, you don't.
because they don't pay me enough at Code Snippets. So this is literally,
Oh,
So subtle.
this is like a,
He's got his review coming up, and this is how he wants to play it.
this is my every room. This is like the height. No, I'm joking. I'm in my loft, and obviously it's an angled roof.
now there's a couple of comments that have come on here. So Mr. Quiet and Crystal, they both said they would love an Elemental T-shirt. Are they available for people to buy, Verdi? Do you know? Or is it
So
only at like
two
word
things.
camps?
Two things very important here. One, I should really start wearing a Code Snippets T-shirt during these things.
That would be good.
Hmm.
Working on it. No, I don't think I'll ever hide the fact that I really am somewhat of an Elementor fan. So you cannot purchase the T-shirts in a store, but you can get them for free.
Artie, remember you were wondering about we need to create some sort of money-making scheme that we
Hmm.
can run as a hustle where we don't have to work with clients. Here it is. What you do, right, is you take the Elemental logo
Egg
and
shop.
you use a different
Ah.
font so that you can't be accused of plagiarizing it or something, right? And you
Yeah,
sell it.
I saw somebody do
There's the
that,
idea.
and literally somebody came up to me during a WordCamp once, and I'm not sure if they were joking or not, but if do I sell ecstasy or not? So you might want to be careful with the font there. But to answer your question, you can get the T-shirts for free. All you need to do is small minor thing. Come to a WordCamp. I highly recommend coming to any of these anyway. So in March, we are going to WordCamp Asia. That's in 2 weeks already, in which is in Taipei. So small hop by airplane, but the t-shirt's worth it, right? And if you come there, I
Absolutely.
will make sure you get a T-shirt at our booth, or wait until April for WordCamp Europe, which is in Torino, and otherwise for people from US, we will be at WordCamp US in September. Just stand in the middle of WordCamp, make a 360. As soon as your eyes really start to hurt, that's that huge pink booth by Elementor. Just head over there and ask me for a T-shirt. I'll gladly give you one. Especially if you remind me of this moment, I will definitely create a swag bag for you.
Excellent. Now, hopefully, those of you who've been keeping up with the videos that we release on the Web Squadron YouTube channel, I'm really proud of what we did with AI and the code I pulled together to reveal items when you click on an icon, very similar to
Mm.
what Apple do on their Apple OS 17 website page. I'm really, really proud of the code. But remember, you got to go to Code Snippets Cloud. The link is in the video description, and you can go and get the code. And again, to reiterate, Code Snippets Cloud isn't just for shoving in PHP or JavaScripts and stuff, right? You can use it to go and store particular bits of CSS or HTML as well. It's just a great place where I know that I want to go and dig out some code. I know where to go. So just a reminder, um, you can either store all your codes if you want, in Notepad or Notion or Word or wherever you want, or you could
Actually,
just go and stick them in the cloud. Put them in the
you know,
cloud, and then it's easier to share. Hey, Artie, take this. Here, Verdi, wear this. You
so
can.
you just gave me an idea.
Oh
Let's
no,
do
this
the
is
following.
terrible.
Yeah. Well, it's you triggered this, so if it's a bad idea, it's on you. So you asked before for people to share their snippet or ask questions about it. So anyone in these live shows, if you share a good snippet, but you share it on cloud, you can even do so for free. You don't need to buy any pro version. Um, Share it with Atif. If he think it's good enough to turn in a video, and good enough means something people don't know about or is very interesting. If he turns your idea into a video, I will make sure you get pro for free.
Whoa! Oh, you heard that here first, everyone. This is exclusive. This is not a party political broadcast. This is exclusive, okay?
And quite
So
spontaneous.
it is. Oh, I'm a bit worried when you say spontaneous, but yeah. So I think if anyone's got, if you go and create something really, that you're really proud of, go and let us know about it in the Facebook group, the Code Snippets community. Go and let us know in the Web Squadron Facebook group. Let me know. I mean, obviously, don't
Anywhere.
just say, I did a snippet, go and click it. Tell us a bit more about why it's useful, who would want to use this. And if we think it's worthy of a video, and I will do this, Mark Harris knows this, if I think it's worthy of a video, I will definitely get one done. You could get Code Snippets Pro for what? For like 20,000 websites, Verdi.
This is
One
live.
for one website. We got to be,
This,
we can't give away too much.
oh, wait, I think I need to go to dinner now. No, it's I actually do need to go in 15 minutes, but we'll get you a nice juicy package for sure.
I've got to be really careful. Someone's going to take that snippet of sound now and say, Verdi just promised me a juicy snippet or a juicy package. It's going to be
the
interpreted
package gave
in.
to Mark Harris, because he really contributed in a big way.
Yeah.
Mark Harris just suggested we should take it out of Atif's pay, since Mark got a quite substantial package. So you watched Friends, eh? So, yeah, I'm sorry, Atif. For the next 2 years, you're still getting paid.
Yeah. Now, Crystal, you've just said you're going to be in Europe in March to April. Where the US city? Can you clarify what you meant there?
I'll look it up.
Whereabouts in Europe are you going to be?
No, so Europe is Torino, WordCamp Europe.
Oh, of course, right, yeah.
Yes, and WordCamp US. I thought it was Portland, but let me look it up.
So when it so obviously, like, look, we've got an exclusive there, so there's potential for anyone that hasn't got Code Snippets Pro to go and get it, to hopefully receive it if you pull together a code snippet and it's worthy of a video. That doesn't mean every code snippet is going to get a video. I am selective, okay? We have tons in the code snippet cloud, but I always review them over what do I think are useful. But what I would love to know is anyone out there working on a code snippet where they're just struggling? Is there something that you really want to do that you feel like you need extra help? Now, there's no guarantee that anyone's going to provide help, but I would love to know if you're working on something and you just keep hitting a brick wall at the moment. I mean, I've been working on something for about 2 or 3 months, and I realized that I need to go back to basics. I need to stop trying to be like overcomplicating what I'm doing here. But I'd love to know, is anyone working on anything? Atif, are you working on any snippets at the moment, other than obviously the code snippets, the team and the website and all of that and the back end? But
Yeah.
are you working on any snippets? Because I rarely hear you come. I rarely see you go, hey Imran, look at this. So are you working on it?
This snippet or that snippet? Yeah, you know what? It's mainly recently, most of the snippets that I've been using are like kind of styles and JavaScript actually, kind of snippets. I think this is not a dig at Verdi in any way, but using bricks, it's much easier to, I guess, to add some styles and things.
The dagger,
these snippets are always
in the heart.
Element is always the one where, okay, first thing I need to get code snippets installed so that I can make some custom styles. I'm trying to think of something more imaginative or something fun. They're pretty much, I guess, because the last site I worked on was a brick site. It's all kind of bricks related, so I don't know if this is a good thing to mention or we should just skip past it.
Something I did want to mention though is I did mention this last week, and I haven't seen, no one's replied to me yet. But if anyone wants to take on the challenge where they can create a code snippet that enables WooCommerce subscriptions, right? So if you got a WooCommerce product, it enables like either monthly, annual, daily, whatever subscriptions just with a code snippet. I'm telling you, right, you will get something from me. I don't know what yet,
A
but
juicy packet.
no,
A
no, no.
juicy
I think
package.
they'll get something pretty like amazing. Like I don't know. I don't know what I'll do. This isn't me now being really silly, crazy. I don't know. I might send you a brand new iPad. I don't know. I'll do something amazing because I feel like stuff like this is what I
Nice.
call groundbreaking. Right? This is what I call groundbreaking. Because
You
if
know,
you
one
can
thing
get a
I think
code
is quite
snippet,
interesting,
yeah,
maybe just to find out from people, is apart from kind of single, maybe custom styles, or a unique layout, mostly I think, maybe I'm wrong, it's
you are,
WooCommerce is the number one
yeah.
which people use code snippets. But what other plugins? Because, it can be used for anything. It's not like these snippets are. Obviously, WooCommerce is the one that needs the most of them, I guess, to make it workable. But it'd be interesting to know what other plugins do people find useful with code snippets, and what kind of snippets are useful there.
Absolutely, yeah. And I think what's interesting is so last week I put out a couple of code snippets whereby without even using WooCommerce, you could
Mm.
create a product and have a pay button on there to pay for PayPal. And John Ferris was thinking about how could we get that to work for Stripe, and I don't think he's got that yet. But that means you could basically sell products and get all the details you need to ship it all within a code snippet. So I've got that video and code. We've got all of that. But it's like if we could take that further and also add in the subscription element side of it. So I think there's so many possibilities, and it's because so many times I've worked with clients and you end up using WooCommerce, but deep down, when you look at all the settings you had in there and all the features of WooCommerce and all the bloat that it takes up as such a beefy plugin, you look at it and you go, damn, did we really have to go through all of that just to let them sell one or two products? Like the client was never going to sell more than one or two things. There's no variation. There
Imran,
isn't
what were
even
you trying to get
shipping.
working? What were you trying to get working with Stripe that you didn't get
John,
working?
I think John Ferris was looking at that. So it was he was taking the code snippet I did that enabled, the was it a code snippet? I can't remember. It was something I did whereby it also speaks to Stripe as well. But I think he was looking into that.
That's an interesting one because on a site a while back we did add just one of those Stripe payment elements.
Yeah.
It's a bit limited in what you can do. You just need to give it some product details, link it obviously to your Stripe account, and use the Stripe JS libraries. But it just essentially it's just a bunch of code snippets, so it could be made into a code snippet actually, and it wasn't that difficult to do.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
that might be a useful one for people,
Yeah.
I
I
could take
mean,
a look at
and
that.
if you crack it, you're not getting no iPad from me. It's just part of your job spec. All right, Artie, if you're not getting anything from me.
Who's getting an iPad from Imran? Let's be real. No.
I mean, look, I'm going on a tangent now. I mean, at some point, when the minute I hit 100,000 subscribers, I've got to think of doing some sort of beefy giveaway, and
That'd be
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try and pull together some stuff that isn't just plugins and coupons. I'm gonna try and give away some real meaty stuff, like a pair of jeans signed and worn by Imran, ripped and what I don't know, but I'm going to try and get some really good stuff for people. I think just to make it exciting. Atif, without giving away too much, how much time? I'm putting you on the spot now. How much time do you? Sorry, not how much time. Do you find that you have to kind of juggle a lot? Because obviously you're supporting the Code Snippets team, right? We're getting real and personal here now. You support them a lot. Do you find that you juggle between other jobs and other hats as well? Like you got to do a bit here and then you got to do stuff for maybe your own agency or clients and stuff like that. Do you find yourself juggling a lot?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, maybe for those who don't know, this isn't the main job that I do with Code Snippets, thankfully. Otherwise, I would have nothing. This would be. But no. So, but to be honest, my involvement with Code Snippets is purely because I was a user first. I loved Code Snippets.
You're an
I was a
abuser.
Well, that's
The
another
user.
conversation. That's another conversation. I bought my own license. I'll have you know, I actually bought a license before I became part of the team. So, but no, what was the question?
The question about
Juggling.
juggling.
Yeah,
Do you find you have to
always.
juggle quite a lot?
But one thing about me is that I don't like sticking into a box of, okay, this is a task that I have to do. Even with code snippets, this is an area that I am working on, like cloud, and that's it. Because of the fact that I loved it so much and I really wanted it to succeed, I really do try to look at all other areas and what can I input into it, and listening to what other people have to say. This is why I think the stream is a really good thing, because it's really important that we get, I guess, feedback or comments from people that are using it. What kind of things they're using it for? What kind of things do they want to use it for? Because ultimately, all we are trying to do is make it into the best it can be.
Absolutely, yeah. And I know you do work hard, and I think that goes for all members of the Code Snippets team. Everyone is doing their bit, pulling their weight. There's tasks, there's things to do. You know,
He's
Hmm.
he's a
Everybody?
I'm trying to be nice here with my like delivery. I don't want to give away too much. Paul from WP Tuts has just released his video because he kind of teased us about a dark mode for WordPress. So he's gone and released his code snippets. So go and have a look at his
nice.
video. And again, it's the beauty of using code snippets. It's the beauty of being able to take your website and do more without having to always use a third-party plugin.
Indeed, it's one of the great things about code snippets. If used well, it can replace a whole lot of plugins, even premium plugins you no longer have to buy, especially in areas like e-commerce, WooCommerce, for instance. If you install it by default, it's never enough. You always need to add on all kinds of things to have a full flushed out shop. And for those, there are so many add-ons and extensions you can buy for it, which is wonderful, but a lot of them add up and they can get very pricey. And
Yeah.
if you once you buy them and you unpack them and you actually look at the code, a lot of them are actually nothing more than a collection of code snippets. So why not just get the one plugin to rule them all?
Well, I'm going to
and
pose it.
use those code snippets.
I'm going to pose a question to the audience, and be honest about this. Okay, how many of you, ever since AI like Chat GPT or whatever you're using, how many of you are now so much more confident in creating a code snippet or messing around with a code snippet? Prior to Chat GPT, I was hunting for snippets. I didn't like to create my own. I would always find something that someone built, and then I would go, can I tweak this, or do I understand what that code is doing? But how many of you now feel empowered? You're like, you know what? I want to do X, Y, Z. I'm using a plugin. I bet I can get a snippet to do that. Because I'll tell you what, since I started using AI, you know, some of the amazing stuff that I've created, Mark Harris has created, Paul's created, other people have created, it's on the back of us using a bit of AI just to take an idea and make it real. So how many of you have suddenly gone from being, I don't want to really do it myself, but now you're happy to get dirty? Do you like to get dirty, Artif?
No, I think that's your domain, isn't it? Getting down and dirty, people's Uranuses. I think that's all Imran's style.
Wash your wow,
But
wash your mouth
just
out.
two quick things actually just came to my mind. One was a comment I think Mark made earlier, and he was asking about the AI and will it be conversational? And that is something that is in the works for sure. So do please, keep an eye out for that. And the other thing, I guess, you were talking about cool snippets, and I was just quickly taking a look at recent sites that I've been working on, and one, I guess it's a brick site. Sorry again, but it's a really cool thing. You can create your own. I used it to create my own dynamic tags.
Yeah.
So I wonder if there's a way to use that in Elementor. Maybe it might be universal. I will see if we can adapt it, because I think that
I'm
it's
sure
quite
you
handy.
can.
See that you do.
We had this conversation, actually, me and Verdi had this conversation about, you always make a site and there's always be some things that you just put in there, but they, like, I don't know, the number of installs or number of views or which year this was done, and you always forget to update it. So having that as like a dynamic tag, which you can have in a code snippet or something, and it gets updated and take that headache out, I think that's a powerful one.
Yeah, Verdi, do you? I mean, because to be honest, I know very little about. Does Verdi ever create websites or mess around with websites? And I wonder, do you
Yes.
ever create like? I know Artie's laughing right
He's
now.
never used code snippets.
Do you ever experiment with creating a code snippet? Do you ever
Not well,
do that?
not just experiments. Next to Code Snippets, I have another company called Version 3. It's a small web design agency. There's a big but because of the work that I've been doing for no, not that kind of but. You really
It's
are that
All
him
I'm
and
gonna
kind of
all
buts.
guy.
I'm gonna say,
It's
Verdi,
him
is
and
you
buts.
said
What
your
is it
company's
with you?
called Virgin something, and then you gone and mentioned but, and I was like, what does this company do?
So version 3
Oh, Virgin. I thought
basically,
you said
yeah.
Virgin Free.
No, version 3. Basically, if somebody comes to our agency and asks or say, "Hey, I need a website," the first answer is no, you do not. You need more visibility or clients or to sell your book or whatever, more visibility locally even. Um, we specialize on being a partner to those other companies. And we happen to do that with websites, social media, project management, time management, those kinds of things. So it's more that kind of a package. The big but though is because of my work for Elementor and the visibility that I have in that community there. I never share my own projects anywhere. So
That's
I will not
understandable.
start with that now. Um, but yes, I still very much love building websites. To me, it feels so much more like being a kid and playing with Legos, and I actually have fun with it. So I really have a busy schedule, but I may always make sure that there is a certain chunk in my week where I can close off. Keep everything out and just focus on building and trying out new stuff and just get freaky, experimenting, all that. So yes, is the answer.
That's good to know. That's good to know. So I'm now looking forward to one of Verdi's amazing code snippets next week. So there's the challenge. You don't have to, by the way. Okay, I know you've got lots on your plate and everything like that. So one of the other things that just going to double check some of the questions that are coming in. When it comes to so sometimes people pull together a snippet and they stick it into Code Snippets Cloud. And for anyone that has done this, you will notice that you don't get. There's a bit of time usually before it gets AI verified. Does any do any? Artie knows. Does anyone want to clarify?
There's a
Like, is
comment
that
by
actually is
Paul.
there
That was
actually
a
an
bit harsh.
AI tool that is verifying the code, or is it just Artif who looks at it and goes, "Yeah, fine, I'll give it a tick."
Yeah, that's why there's always a delay between like 3 and 4 because I'm the school pickup. That's why there's no AI verification between 3 and 4. No, there is a little bit of delay. We try to balance it because there's lots of activities happening on the cloud. Obviously,
Yeah.
people are adding snippets, they're syncing between sites, and I know the AI verification is happening. So we do try to balance it so that it's not something, and that's why it's not immediate. It's not something as soon as you submit it, it then straight away goes. We do try to streamline the process and make sure that the load is balanced, so then they all kind of get bunched and put together at kind of regular intervals. But well, look, we're always looking to improve and build on it, and one day, hopefully, it will be the case where you will just do it, and it will take a couple of minutes, maybe even less. Straight away, you'll get an AI verification response.
Yeah, to be honest, it's not. To be honest, it's not that delayed anyway. And one of the strategies I implement is once I've got the code, I will then double check it works. Obviously, on test websites, then I will double check with ChatGPT again. Is this okay? And it will say fine. So even when you stick it in the cloud and it says it's unverified, that doesn't stop anyone out there still getting the code. And I can't think it's a long time now since I ever got told, no, there's a potential issue with this code, so you need to review and look at it. But it's great to know there is that kind of verification process, because I always feel like it's dead easy to go and Google and there's a website that says, yeah, use this code. I mean, all they do is give you the code, and you are going on trust. You take the code and you stick it in your website, and then you realize there's an issue. So it's always good to know that there has been some form of verification. But of course, AI is not perfect. AI can only do so much. Sorry, Artif can only do so much. So if Artif's had a bad day, right, and it wrecks your website, welcome to our world. Welcome to the Code Snippets team.
But there's options to leave comments. That's good as well. Leave feedback, or in the snippet, you can just leave a comment to say this is good or this is not good. This is, or maybe it needs this kind of touch or something like that. It's always good to add comments.
We love that kind of feedback. For now, though, I just want to give Paul Charlton a little gift. I'm off. I need to go. Guys, have fun.
Okay. Oh,
Paul, you hurt his feelings, and now he's gone. I hope you're proud of yourself.
I didn't actually catch who you were saying goodbye. I heard him say Paul, and I thought, is he saying goodbye to Paul? But Paul's not gone. I don't know. And I was like, where's he gone? Anyway,
Paul made fun of his hair. He's very sensitive about his hair.
No.
Now look what happened.
We all do. In fact, that's what the giveaway will be. When I hit 100,000, which wig do we buy for Verdi? That's what we'll do. We'll have a voting system, and we'll actually send it to him. John just asked a really good question here. There have been some snippets and even CSS, because I remember about a year and a half ago, I did some CSS for something. Can't remember what, but it was something to do with containers. And then Elementor changed the classes from container to CON. Was it CON or CONT? One of those. They changed it. They shortened it.
Yeah.
And it basically meant that all my CSS and some snippets didn't work. So I had to go and review it. I think, unfortunately, that just comes down to you have to manage it, because for any snippet to intelligently go, the ID has changed, and it goes and does it. That's it. Econ. There you go. Nicholas is on the ball.
When they optimized some of the layout, and they got rid of some of the divs.
Yes.
And then you had these massive chains of things that happened to me. It's difficult to manage that, actually, because
it is. It is. And I would just say, but then again, that comes back to the beauty of why I like using code snippets, and I like the cloud. Number one, I like the cloud because I can store. I mean, I've got loads. I think I've got about 45 snippets on there that I've added in or generated or modified or tweaked or whatever. But then when you do add it to your WordPress website, I can see what I've added. I can see what I've activated. I can see what's deactivated. And if all of a sudden I go to my homepage and it doesn't look right, or the feature's not working, I can easily now maybe deactivate all of them and go through one by one and go, right, which one is changed? And it rarely happens. I have to be honest. It's only when Elementor streamlined, like you said, the containers and the divs. That was the only time where it was like, oh my God, what's going on here? But then, like Nicholas said, it was just changing from the word container to econ. And unless you're building a website that's like loaded with all of these CSSs and stuff, it's not that difficult. And like I said, it's only once, like majorly, that it happened to me. So it's not too bad to sort out. So if anyone is working on a snippet and you're really proud of it, and you would love to have a video done about it, and when I do the video, yes, it goes on the Web Squadron channel, but the credit is given to you. You get a shout out for your name. There's a shout out to your website as well, maybe who you are. Go and stick it in the Facebook group for Code Snippets. You could do a search for Code Snippets, and there's a Facebook group. Go and join it. Go and pop it in the Web Squadron group. But please, 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 do tell me a little bit about what it does. I've had some people send me snippets, and I'm literally like, what does this do? There's no in fact, I will say when you do add it to the Code Snippets cloud, also add it in there as well, what it does, like a description. Because sometimes you look at it and you go, I think I know what it does, but I don't want to just copy and paste it and then find out it doesn't actually do that. And WP Tuts does actually make a good point as well. If you do ever share it and you're happy for us to do a video, don't suddenly come back to me and then start saying, right, copyright infringement. And even if I use the code and modify it, because it's a publicly available code, if someone else, like let's say I put out a code and Artif goes, I think I can tweak it, make it better. Artif's allowed to do that. In fact, Artif doesn't even have to come back to me and ask for permission. Paul's put some code out. If I suddenly go, oh, you missed a trick there, because it's publicly available, I'm very lenient. If the code, let's say Paul releases the code and you've got to go into a membership website to get that code, like you got to pay for it to get that code. Unless you do it very differently, you shouldn't just tweak it and then go, here you go, everyone, here's the free code. You got to respect the fact that it was a monetized bit of code. But I believe that once you stick something out on, say, a blog website or a public forum or even Code Snippets Cloud, if someone wants to take and tweak that code, I think brilliant. Because if they can make it better, that's good. And it might serve a different purpose. And if people still want to use your code, they still use your code,
Are there anything you're trying to crack, Imran, at the moment, or any things that you would love? I would love to see a snippet that could do something like this.
Do you know something? This is gonna, like, I'm sure someone's gonna say, Imran, get over yourself. So at the moment, right? Okay, with Elementor, when you open a pop-up, obviously you create your pop-up template, you have a button, you click it, the pop-up appears, right? Like an off-canvas menu. If inside of there, you then have another button that opens a second pop-up, so you got pop-up one, and then you have a second one. If you were to then say, close the second pop-up, it closes the second and the first one. It closes both. Now, at the minute, I've literally think I cracked it right before I went live, right? I've got a bit of JavaScript, tiny bit of JavaScript, which will now say when you close, don't close the first one. Close the second, but keep the first one. Because at the moment, with Elementor, if you have multiple pop-ups and you close one, both go. Even when you say don't do it, both will disappear. So just something I'm looking at the moment.
That's interesting.
Oh, what's this? Marcus just said something. He goes, there was a snippet for an inspirational Imran. Oh, yeah, I know about that. It's not an Imran quote. Mark was working on something where every time you log in, you get a quote.
From you.
I don't know how we're going to work that. Does that mean I'd have to, like... I don't even know how that would work, because I would have to, like, update a database, wouldn't I? And it would automatically pick one kind of thing. No, let's not go there. Let's not do that. Right. We've been doing the live chat for about 43 minutes. And we're just going to stay on for about 2 more minutes, and then we're going to end off. I hope you are enjoying these live chats, which are more about code snippets. I know we're not kind of showcasing loads of snippets. I would love to, once I know we've got something worthy to be shown. I know we're not going through all the ins and outs, but I hope we kind of portray the human side of code snippets. There's so many plugins out there that we use every day where you never have any interaction with the actual developers or the people behind it. Or when you do, I'm not going to name which plugins, but there are some plugins out there, you will see them at loads of events. But whenever they do a talk, it's actually just to promote their product, which is fine. It's okay with that. But there isn't that kind of interaction side of it. Like, we've now learned that Artif's got to juggle a lot. We now learned that Verdi has another business as well. I have to be honest, I didn't really know that. I knew bits, but I didn't know that he had other stuff and it's to do with marketing. That's flash, And if there's anything that the Code Snippets team can do to improve the plugin, please let us know, right? Go to the Code Snippets community in Facebook, drop in a message. There's no guarantee that anyone will do anything with it. Don't be surprised if we remove your comment because we don't want to do it. We won't really do that. But there's no harm in kind of letting us know about any improvements.
I've got a snippet I'll share with you. Just while you're talking, you got me thinking of one that I don't know if it's any good or worth it. No. It's about Elementor. It's a way of adding. So when you add a form in Elementor, you've got all the different inputs, but you can't add classes to individual items.
Do you know what?
But this little snippet allows you to add classes. I don't know if you maybe seen this.
No. You this is when we were looking at something else about 2 weeks ago. You know, there was something happening and you were looking at it. And then we dropped the reason for it. I'm not doing now, but RT created a snippet that allowed you to have classes for your field. And it means you can now individually stylize different fields. That was it, wasn't it? It was the classes, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was adding classes onto it did separate.
Yeah. So
you can hide one, do whatever you want with it.
Double check you're okay with that. Get it onto the Code Snippets Cloud. I'll send you the link to Code Snippets Cloud if you don't know what the link is, Artif. You know, I'm sure you do. Get it onto there, right? Share the link, okay? Let me know if there's any caveats. From memory, I don't think there were any caveats because I remember testing it. It was a while ago, though, like ages ago. Yeah, let's get a video for that done. And when that video is done, I guarantee you'll get a Code Snippets Pro license from Birdie.
This is how important my messages are, and I'm still paying for my license. You know,
are you really still paying for it? You're not still paying for it. Are you sure you're still paying?
Yeah, because has it been a year? I don't even know how long it's been. I've with the team because I had my license before.
You can't be paying for it, mate. You can't be paying for it. You know, Verdi, if you're listening, we need to start.
Maybe not. No, I think he's giving. You know what? I think I am. You know, I don't know, but it's all good. It's all
In
good.
fact, I'm gonna. Yeah, no, I was going to say something about Elementor hosting. So, I think I need to remind myself that I've got a test account. You see, they gave me because I wanted to do something, and they gave me a test account. I need to make sure I cancel the subscription for that. Otherwise, I'll get charged for that Elementor hosting account. But I need to check that.
How long did they give it to you for? 2 years or something? Or what's going on here? What's going on here?
It was for something like that. But yeah, RT, mate, just double check that code because I'm pretty sure when I tested it, it was okay. It basically means that you could have a form and you might suddenly go, the email field in the form, I want to have it in a different font color or something. Or I want to do something with the field.
Yeah, you can style it, but also, I guess, I don't think you can add an ID. I think if I remember why, I think you can. I can't remember why actually. No, I was trying to do something because I was using a theme which uses Elementor.
I think it was ID as well. Do you know what? Our memories are going really. We did it.
It was a while. Was it
time.
ID or was it class?
I'll let you revisit it again. You've got the code somewhere, right? Revisit it, and we'll definitely get that one. All right, I'm going to say thanks to Verdi, who's long gone. Thanks to
Paul.
Well.
Thanks to Paul for getting him to go. Thanks to Paul for getting Verdi to leave. I know what I have to do now next time.
I was surprised Verdi was coming on actually, but it has been it almost feels like a 3-hour session, doesn't it?
Yeah,
we had Paul. Yeah. Then we had Ziv and Verdi, and then we got this one. So it was all. It's just happened. The Elementor one was
saved the best to last. That's what it is.
No, I don't know about that. You're on it. If you weren't here, I would say that. But you being here is just
what a privilege for you. What a privilege for you to have me. I just want to say you're welcome.
No. So did you say you are at home then? So are you in a lot? Is this a loft conversion you're in at the moment?
I'm in a locked room. They don't let me out of here. This is Code Snippets. I bought this room and they said you can't leave until you fix all the bugs.
Right, John. So John, I've just seen your comment. Yeah. if you are using any code snippets, right, that are really powerful, go and stick them in the Web Squadron Facebook group or DM me. If you have created one and you're confident and you're happy with what it does, please do test them out. Make sure they do deliver. Go and stick it on the Code Snippets Cloud. Do a search for Code Snippets Cloud. Go and stick your snippet there. Mainly because I always feel like if I say to people, go there to get the code, I feel like there's an extra level of assurance and confidence in where you're getting the code from. So please do that.
What are you up to for the rest of the day, man?
Me, I'm gonna go and eat, and then I'm
Nice.
going to go and tidy up because I've got an interior designer coming tomorrow, so I need them to.
Okay.
No. Please don't think of it like, oh my god, Imran's got no.
Interior
I'm
design.
really struggling to make the downstairs work. Every time I go to IKEA and you do something, I feel like they just don't connect very well. I need someone just to give me a bit of advice. It's dirt cheap, so don't worry about that. And then I'm just going to go and continue playing with my what was I doing? The pop-up forms. That's it. I was trying to create something really amazing, like a snippet and whatever to do it. And I realized you're overcomplicating it. Just make it really simple and easy to do. But that's what I'll be doing. Yeah. What about you? What are you doing after this?
I need a break. I've been on the
Have a Kit Kat.
Yeah, I need a Kit Kat. I've been sitting at this desk for all day. I need a break. Maybe I will try to switch off for the rest of the day, but it's not going to happen. I'm sure eating and then I'll come back and do something.
Let's send off with a final question, right? For you, me as well, and everyone who's watching. And please do smash the like button, okay? How many hours are we? I don't include traveling time. I don't want to know about your traveling time or when you eat or like if you go to the toilet. I don't want to know. But how many hours a week do you think you spend? And it doesn't have to be at your desk. It could be on your phone. What I mean is time where you're working on web or web design or web related. It could be code snippets. It could be investigation. It could be creating. It could be Canva. It could be recording because it's all part of your brand and your business, right? How many hours do you think you spend a week? Go on, everyone. Let's hear this.
I like to hear what everyone else has to say, but I feel for me, it's too much. I spend, even when I'm not even using my phone or not using any device, I'm still thinking about stuff. Like this whole, in the background of today, whenever I took a break, I'm walking around. There is a site I'm working and I'm trying to think of a good like slogan on the hero section. And that's just on my mind. And I think that's one of our problems is we just don't let it go.
We don't. So I've been reviewing my time a lot. And what I like to do is when I get to 5 o'clock, I like to just stop and I try to do other stuff. So I might, with family, eat, Netflix, watch a film, something just so that I can take myself away. So if anyone has ever noticed, I don't really reply to much comments from 5 to 9 p.m. It's because I'm trying to switch off a bit. But then after 9 p.m., once my son goes to bed, the next 3 hours, whether I'm in bed or wherever, I'll be on my phone researching, looking at stuff. And I've worked out that on average, I'm roughly looking at about 13 to 14 hours a day. And it sounds crazy, even on weekend. And it's like, I mean, I will easily have been hitting nearly 11 hours by the time we hit 5 p.m. Because even when I get up at 6, I'm on the treadmill, I'll be working. And
But you know what's interesting? I found when I hear you say these things is that you actually had a job, like a full-time job in the NHS. And I'm sure, maybe I'm wrong, but you didn't work that many hours.
Do you know what? I actually did. I think
you did. Wow.
I did. It even got. I mean, I'm sharing quite a bit here, but it got to a point where my work.
You don't have to if you don't want to.
Where my employers were like forcing me to take leave. Yeah. I remember I got to. I think it was Christmas time, and I had 32 days off a year. It got to Christmas with only 3 months left of the year, and I still had 26 days to take.
Wow.
Because I'm one of those people where if I know there's a problem, if I know someone's affected, I can't help it. I feel like I've got to solve it. I've got to do it. I know so many people that are like, oh, it's 5 p.m., not my problem. They walk out of the office, they don't care. And I'm like, That's too easy. I can't do that. I just, it's like saying the fridge is open. It's 5 o'clock. I'm going to walk out. It's not my problem.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like,
I'll deal with it
yeah.
tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah, and
No,
it's like, yeah, and then you're gonna whinge tomorrow when your milk has gone off or whatever. I'm like, gotta do it. I'm gonna quickly just check some of the comments that are coming in. Did anyone say what they were doing? People probably were answering. I'm not sure if they did or not now, but
I like George's comment. Burnout has come and gone and come again. That's
thinking,
so true.
thinking, thinking does count, by the way, lazy expert, because I feel like even when you're thinking, you are technically kind of working and stuff like that. But yeah, um, you know, um, we do work hard, and I think we should all be really proud. Give yourselves a pat on the back, everyone. Okay, whatever time of day it is, um, no, not really. I didn't mean really, really kind of thing, But we all do work really, really hard, and there's so much extra we do that is unseen. It's so much effort we put in. It is so unseen. Right, I'm gonna let you go, RT Fry, because I can hear my son. I'm gonna go and check he's all right and go and eat. And have a bit of a break as well before I go
Yeah.
back into looking into my pop-up solution thingy-midgy. Thanks again for being here, RT. Take care. See you all soon. And thanks for everyone else for joining for the Code Snippets live chat. If you've got any ideas for how you would like to see us develop the Code Snippets live chat, please do get in touch with me. Take care. See you all soon. Bye.